All right, and we are live. Welcome to another Sunday night stock talk. I'm going to go over my game plan for this week and the watch list that I have for this week moving forward. Guys, we're going to give you guys an update as well as to the weekly economic calendar here. Let's go ahead and pull that up. As we share our link, this is our Discord, so this gives you a sneak peek into what you'll have access to. But this is what is going to be playing out this week, November 11th, Monday through Friday. The most anticipated earnings releases, and this is going to be an interesting week to say the very least. Let me go ahead and go into my announcements section. Make sure everyone is aware in our groups, in our Investing for Beginners group, and our Discord as well. So there we go. Perfect. All right. It's almost 2 p.m. my time. So I say that is good enough. How are you guys all doing tonight? How's everyone's day? Today is November 10th, 2024. It's about 2 o'clock my time, and what we're going to do is go over a couple things. I'm also going to give you guys a sneak peek into some featured products and stuff I'm working on here with Shopify. Yeah, we're going to get some products. So there's a cool little sneak peek there for all of you who showed up to the live stream early. So anyways, the markets are at an all-time high, guys. We are going to see a potential pullback, or we're going to see some new highs moving into this week. Now, let's go ahead and we're going to go over some of these most anticipated earnings. Looks like there's a lot going on, guys. Look at this. I mean, as you can see, there's quite a few companies that are reporting earnings this week. Tuesday, even at market open or before market open, Shopify, Home Depot, Hertz, Bitfarms, Kronos, Novavax, and a ton of other companies as well that I probably didn't mention. After close on Tuesday is going to be SoundHound, Mara or Marathon. This is a company we trade very frequently on this channel. Spotify, Rocket Companies, Instacart, and then you got Wednesday, you got Hut 8, um, Innovis Technologies. I mean, there's so many here to even mention. Thursday, I'm just trying to call out any that I see. Walt Disney, JD.com, those are some big ones. Um, Applied Materials. Ooh. Oh yeah, Post, definitely Friday. All right, so it looks like Alibaba is going to report on Friday, so definitely have some key interest this week as far as earnings. You know, the market can stay very bullish. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Um, this is a little bit of the new members that we have coming in this week. A lot of new members coming in. We like to see it. We have over 160 members now that are serious and want to take this investing seriously. So that kind of differentiates everyone who, you know, out of the 6,000 subscribers on YouTube now, and out of the 70,000 members we have combined with all of our groups, this sets you guys apart, right? Showing up every day to these Sunday meetups, showing up ready to learn and get involved with the stock market. You know, also showing up every day to our live streams. You know, we live stream every morning at market open. So if you guys want to participate in that, then definitely check it out, as that is something that we do provide for free in our Discord. So I will be open to some questions. You can call out some tickers or stocks or even some crypto if you want, and I can take a look at it a little bit more toward the end of the video. Now, SQQQ still with a nice reversal pattern getting ready to set up. Now, this has to do with betting against the market. If TQQQ does very well, or just the market does well overall, then we can see TQQ pull back. Now, it hasn't done that. It's kind of flatlined around $83, meaning that our trade plan hasn't played out quite yet. Now, if it does pull back from 83 to that $77 mark tomorrow, then we can see SQQQ potentially push up to that 200-day moving average which in my opinion could be technically right around maybe 35, 35.50, something like that. So if you feel like that's something you'd want to invest in around that, say, 31 or even $32 mark in SQQQ for a potential profit of $4 per share or 12%, then that may be a trade you want to consider. So I'm going to leave that there as far as a trade idea for tomorrow. If the markets begin to sell off, then SQQQ is a great way to play off of the market sell-off. So right now we're going to be setting our alert at it is already set at $32. That'd be a great buy if it shows signs of upward momentum. Okay, so if you guys are not taking notes or you do not have a way to take notes, make sure you guys are writing this down. You know, your entries, your exits, and as well as your stop losses and where you would take profits. Hello Major, happy Sunday to you all. How are you all doing today? Got my iced coffee with actually no ice, it's just cold coffee. So I'm a weirdo, but anyways, also check out our first pinned comment in the comment section. That's going to give you access to join our free Discord where I give you live market updates throughout the day and throughout the week, and you could watch me trade live every morning at market open and ask me questions while I'm actually live. You can interact with me and you can connect with other traders as well. Check it out, free Discord link. So SQQ is definitely going down at a maybe $32 buy. If we get a pullback from the markets, sell would be right around 35, you know, just to be safe, locking in about $3 in profit before it hits that bounce. Now, stop would be right at 31.50. And you guys can see that right there. 31.50 would be the point of not only support, but that'd be an area where, okay, hey, I don't feel comfortable trading this anymore as this can go down. Now, remember, this trade specifically is very risky, and I'm not even sure why I started the stream or this week's Sunday Stock Talk with this company specifically. But again, I want you guys to be aware that if the market does pull back, there is a way for you to trade it and make some money. Doesn't mean the market has to pull back, so do be aware of that. This could continue to sell off even more. But finding some support at 31.50, we're going to be risking about 50 cents per share. So on 100 shares, about 50 bucks to make potentially $3 per share or 300 bucks. Now that is a great opportunity cost to manage your risk. You know, you're risking about $50 to make around 300. Now, if the markets do begin to make new highs, then we can see this go up to like $85 potentially, which would be great for us, buying at about 83. So there's a way to make money for us tomorrow, no matter what, whether the company goes or whether the market goes up 2% or down 2%, we can make a decent amount of money tomorrow. So TQQQ, this is what we're focusing on tomorrow, guys, okay? And I'll go over a couple more trades through what we're watching for the top watch list, but these are important to go over right now that we are reviewing them. So TQQQ, we are looking at what, 83. So if it pushes up to $83, I would love to see it push $83. We're going to set an alert above $83, and that would be where we'd want to buy. Now, our stop on this is going to be kind of where we want to put it, right? Because, I mean, I would not really where we want to put it, but like I wouldn't want to stop out at $77. For buying at 83, I could manage, you know, maybe another 50 cents or so. Maybe 82.25 even, where that SMA line is. But I'd say about 82.50 would be the range where my stop would be. So I would want to sell this at 85. So there's $2 profit there. And my stop would be at 82.50. Okay, does that make sense? If it does, you know, leave a comment or throw a thumbs up in the live chat or something. Okay, so two directions, right? Two directions. So you wake up, you're like, oh man, the market's selling off. You know, I'm gonna have to wait to make a trade. Not necessarily. You could trade SQQQ if it pushes up enough. Moving on. JNUG has an opportunity to have a nice reversal. Now this is an ETF, which is betting for gold. It's a 2 times leveraged, and JDST is against gold. Well, because gold has been selling off for the last couple of weeks, if not over a month now, JNUG has an opportunity to rebound and come back. It was at $60 highs previously, and it is somewhat showing signs of, definitely signs of consolidation. No signs of confirmation just yet. So those lows of $44, that's still a support. Catching some support at 47, this was a previous resistance. Now $50 and $51 is going to be a heavy resistance as well. So it has a little work to do, but JNUG is still on our list. Buying in at, even $48, signs of confirmation, and then getting out around, 60, or even buying at 50 and getting out at 60 would be $10 per share. So it looks like we do have our alert set for $50 on JNUG. So JNUG is another one to watch. This is more going to be of a swing trade for the week, but still a great opportunity and a great company to watch as far as our oversold goes. It is on here, JNUG. Okay, LUNR. LUNR is not oversold anymore, so I'm not sure why I put it on here. Oh, I thought I was going to pull back. So this trade plan didn't work according to plan. Now, there was a small pullback, but it wasn't significant enough to make a huge move. So LUNR is going to go up into the overbought section now, take it off of the oversold because it's not oversold anymore, it's overbought. SQQ we went over, BMEA finding some support and some nice green candles, some upward momentum on that Friday afternoon close. So, finding that support at $8, we could see, easily this go up to that 200-day moving average again. Well, not necessarily. Hold on, let's talk about it. So we got that $8 support. Looks like there's a little bit more support at 1877, which is now resistance, and then there's even more resistance right there at, what is that, 930, 9.25, which makes sense because it's a psychological number. So if we can catch a nice break in the morning, maybe it pushes up from 850 to 9.25. That's 75 cents per share. Or potentially, maybe we get a nice bounce back up to those previous highs of $12. Or back above the SMA line, even to $10, right? So from 8 to 10, $2 per share. Even if you only have 100 shares, that's $800 invested. Okay. So BME is also on our oversold watch list. JNUG we just talked about. LUCY, okay, finding support. Okay, for the first time in a little while, it's above the SMA line, that 200-day moving average. I used to call it the simple moving average. I guess on WeBull they just call it the moving average. I hope that doesn't confuse you. The SMA and the MA are the exact same thing. Basically, just know on this channel, it's this green line. It'll never change. It's really lime color green line. So for the last couple of weeks, or even a month, all of October, it was beneath this 200-day moving average. And every time it touched, it get rejected. Touch, get rejected. Well, the second it crossed over the moving average, it spiked from $5 to $7, and then all the way up to $13. Okay. Ever since then, it's actually held support above that moving average of about $7. $7. Okay. Now it's at $7.20. Could we get a possible bounce to $8.80 for just a very nice little squeeze, of $1.60? I'll take $1.60 on 100 shares. That's $160 right there. So LUCY is definitely on our radar. Trade plan, would be to sell around that $11 mark for about almost $4 per share, but maybe you lock in some profits at 21% or $2, $1.60 per share if you see resistance at $8.80. So I'd love to see it here at that $11 mark, but more realistically, it could potentially bounce off of $8.80 or $9. DJT, we actually were able to make some money on DJT and MARA, or Marathon, ticker symbol MARA, and DJT, or Trump Media. We were able to make some money, guys, and last week we made and cleared a little over $600 in this cash account, which is fantastic. So we did beat our $500 goal for the week, and it was on 2 trades. So I'm realizing less trades can be more sometimes, and vice versa. If there's a good opportunity, we'll take it, and try to capitalize on it. And that's what we try to do here. So DJT at 31.50, 31.70 after hours. Now, this has been selling off since that initial spike on election night, which is great because we can get it a little bit cheaper. It even got as low as $25.59, resulting in easy money, even now at $31. So 25 to 31, that's $6 in profit already. Looks like it's holding support above 31.50, which is what we want to see. Now, if this can get back up to that moving average of around $37, that's a nice $6 move. Even from where it is now, $6 or 18%. Now, if we see another spike up to 43, that could be $12 per share, or even 56, like it was election night, over $24 per share, or 76% profit. So DJT is definitely still a stock that I am going to be focusing on for this week. There are opportunities to make money even with this company here. Okay, as you can see, it has a nice horizontal pattern, and right now we're at the lower end of the pattern. Buy at these lows, sell at these highs, and that is how you can continue to make money over and over and over. Oh, is there a way to turn up my volume? Yeah. Sorry about it. Some streams are high, some streams are low. How about that? Does that sound better? Give me a thumbs up if it sounds better. I do apologize. Fun Things family, welcome. Yeah, sometimes it's okay, perfect. I think we're gonna keep it on 3 dB, so we'll make sure to keep that there. So DJT stock is still one of those companies to stay aware of. It looks like we do not have an alert. So what's our trade plan on this? Well, if it could push above $35 and $37, then I would love to get in. So between 35 and 37 would be my buy, and I'd love to get out around 43 to 45, so 43 to 45 sell. And then of course my stop on this would be very tight here. It would be right on this moving averages, the 9 and the 20 moving average. That's what I like to use. The purple line being the 9, and the EMA, the kind of light blue, is my 20-day. And I have a whole video explaining why exactly I use those indicators and how they could be useful in our Learn to Earn lesson library. Also free. You can get access to that in the Discord, or just go over to the YouTube playlist. Now my stop would be probably, if I'm buying in at 35 and 37, I'm going to be like at 34. 36, right? So my stop's going to be, 34, 36. I don't mind risking about $1. I know that's a little bit risky. But again, if I'm swing trading this, that $1 isn't as risky. Obviously, I wouldn't want to buy at 35 and it sells back to 25. So again, just managing our risk, right? You don't want to lose $10 per share, but I may want to risk about $1 per share, maybe 50 cents per share, just because this is extremely volatile. Okay, and then Coca-Cola, again, just kind of consolidating, but we want to see Coca-Cola actually start making a reverse. If we go to the 4-hour, you can see very easily it used to be above this 200-day moving average, going from $62 to $73 very nicely. I mean, you could have invested at this at any point within the last 55 days in that time period. 55 days, and made over $10 per share. So, investing $6,000 in less than 2 months, you would have made $1,000. So about $500 a month back on your investment. Now that's just one run. Then it consolidated and was riding kind of horizontally here at the top before it kind of sold off. And now that it's sold off, it's below that SMA line. Again, we could pick it up at the exact same price, guys. And a lot of times people up at this area at 73, they're like, oh, it's too expensive, I won't buy it, or maybe I will buy it because it's going to just keep going up, right? You have those two different types. And then when it gets down to these levels, oh, it's crashing, it's selling off, I'm not going to buy it, it's worthless, it's a junk company. You're like, what? So we got to change the way we think. We got to change our style of thinking to where we're buying at these lows. We're loading up when everyone is scared about it, when everyone's talking crap about it, when the media's, just nothing's, it just doesn't seem like it's going good, especially with Coca-Cola. How many people do you know drink Coca-Cola? So, anyways, I don't mean to go on my rant, but this would be the time to buy. And as it consolidates, this is my trade plan. It's just going to kind of start consolidating and then eventually pass this $64, which it's at right now. It's at $64 after hours. If it could pass 64 and a quarter with this tiny little resistance and we start getting some upward momentum, even back up to $69, that's $7 per share. If you get up to 73, that's $10 per share. So that is a trading plan for Coca-Cola, buying around 64 and just kind of waiting. Even if you buy 10 shares at 64 and you sell 10 shares at 73, you're still going to make $100, So just think about it, right? You could buy one share and just test your waters out if you're new to investing. But we do have our alert set at 65.15, which would be the area that we would buy. Oxygen, another risky company, but guys, when I traded it, I noticed it was pushing up, and I knew when it pushed up and touched this dollar mark, it pulled back. That's when I loaded up, and it sold, and I locked in profits at 125, 127, went up to 132, came all the way back down to 98 cents, 96 cents, where I literally would have pretty much broke even if I would have held on to this and made money. Now, I don't believe it was a lot. It's like $27 on 100 shares, but it was only $100. So $27, $100, that's 27% profit in less than a day. That was on Thursday. Thursday night leading into Friday morning, I even woke up from a dead sleep and I was like, I need to check my position. And I checked it and I was like, I need to sell my position. It was like literally at 125. It had that slight pullback from 132, so it was already showing pullback. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to sell it here. And then sure thing, good thing I did, right? So I sold it at 127. Anyways, so moving into the next week, 89 is a good support. If you don't mind buying at 98, 90, 92, 93, getting a nice average. I mean, heck, you could load up 100, you could even load up 1,000 shares of this. And when it pushes again to that 130 or even $2 is what we're aiming for eventually, you can make a substantial amount of money on OCGN. Why did KO fall? I believe they missed their earnings. Let's see. I want to say it had to do with something about earnings. Coca-Cola prices have more than doubled. So, I mean, I'm really not too sure. It's nothing, it can't be anything crazy, right? If you guys know, leave a comment, but maybe just the cost going up. Coca-Cola target cut to 76 from 78 by Morgan. That was a while ago though, 76 to 78. And then now, geez Louise, it's all the way down to 64. Don't really see anything specific. Let me know if there's something I may have missed. But just now, 2 days ago, Elon Musk's wealth tops 300 billion as Tesla's market cap soars above 1 trillion. Not sure what that has to do with Coca-Cola. I thought I was going to say something cool about like him, investing in them or something. I don't know. Expanding partnership and healthier options for growth. That was 2 days ago. Very interesting. But I can definitely see this potentially going up, right? So this is what I'm saying, getting in at those $60 levels, selling at those $70 levels. Major, was it due to McDonald's volume falling because of, maybe, could be. I know McDonald's tanked. I rode $55 up to 66 last time. I'll buy it, falls much harder. I'll buy it, falls much, yep, and that's true too. This can go all the way back to 57, 52, 48. Whew. Imagine go back to 48 and then back to 73. Can make a killing, right? Okay, trending up. I do believe I have a couple that are trending up, active trending up. DJT is active trending up, so that is on our watch list for tomorrow. And then INTC still trending up from those lows of $22 to highs of $26 now. Still trending up, you know, kind of flatlining a little at the moment, but up 20% or $4.50 in 3 days. In 3 days. So putting $2,100 in, $2,000 in 3 days ago, and selling at $2,600. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Would have made $500, $600 in profit right there. So now testing that resistance, looks like a 2669. This could now be a support, and then we may see some support at this 9-day exponential moving average. It looks like it's staying above it, which is why I love the 9 days so much when it comes to the 4-hour time frame. And that 20-day moving average, just it follows it just beautifully when we get these upward movements, just very nicely. Do you see that? And then as soon as it crosses over that 9, it's going to signal the MACD, hey, it's a sell-off, you know, then we're going to start seeing more of a sell-off, even back to that 200-day moving average, which as right now looks like it could even potentially go up. It could kind of, the moving average could continue to trend line up like this. If it starts to flatline, then we won't get as much, you know, there might be more of a steady like this maybe. As far as the 200-day moving average, especially this flat line here. So maybe $23-ish would be where that 200-day support would be for Intel. So I could see Intel pulling back a lot more as well. And now Lunar, LUNR, is overbought. It is on our watch list, so it is extremely overbought, up $10. Did call this out on the Sunday night stock talk last week, when it was in those $8 and $7 range. Selling at $10 resulted everyone in our group and our community over $200 or $300 in profit with 100 shares, or roughly $2 to $3 per share in profits. And perfect example here, it bounced right off of that 760, 770 area, off of that 200-day moving average. Boom, bounced off, retested, and was bullish, came back, retested that, what is it? Purple line, 9-day exponential moving average, popped right back up to 10, and now it kind of flatlined. Now we can see a flat top breakout tomorrow to new highs, or we can see a rejection, and we'll wait for it to retest, and we could always buy back in. But as of right now, I would say this is overbought for sure. And then Tesla, overbought, still can go higher, creating new highs, and that support at 320, 319. It looks like it's bouncing off of that as a support now, which was a previous resistance. So those are definitely important to understand, and this is why it's important to show up every day, every day, every day. Update your levels, look at your key levels. Why was this a previous resistance? Because it previously touched, let me get to it, previously touched that point back in this area at 271. That's when it touched, and that was a key resistance level. Now that it is above, oh, it must have been over here somewhere. 265. Man, even further. Oh yeah, way over here. So this was a key resistance even a long time ago, right? Key support, 320. There's even resistance up at $384 for Tesla. So knowing this and showing up, watching the charts and identifying these trend lines, trend line of it going down, trend line of consolidation, you know, these opportunities where these reversals are going to come into play, are going to create these opportunities to make more money. So this was not a good trade plan for me. You know, it could have sold off, but it did very well. Now it's testing a new high, well, previous high of 328, which is now a resistance, and now a support of 320. So Tesla is overbought in my opinion. Almost time for a pullback on Tesla. Mara, same thing. It's at those overbought levels again, up at that $20 level. So it didn't really do much here on this, except kind of just go back and forth. Oop, yeah, there we go. Up or down, up, down, up. And now we should see a pretty significant sell-off, or it's going to have to break through these levels here. So there is some support. I know there's a lot of lines here, a lot of red and green. But if it can stay above this support now of 19.23, maybe it bounces up to $20. I know Bitcoin is something we haven't even talked about. So if we go over to BTC, because we're now talking about Mara, you can see that Bitcoin is at 80, just touched 80,000, $81,000, which is a completely new resistance, a new level, all-time high. This can create a support now. And it looks like it's supporting off of that 9-day exponential moving average. If this can stay bullish until tomorrow, then Mara can go $21, $22, $23, $25, $30 even. If it pulls back, then we can see Mara or Marathon, plus they have earnings on Tuesday or Wednesday, we can see this pull back significantly, maybe back to those $15 or $16 levels. So I'm excited to see what happens with MARA as well. TQQQ, we already talked about this, and XPEV. Again, I wanted to see more of a significant pullback. There was a lot less of a pullback than I anticipated, which is okay. We might see some consolidation here now for some type of a breakout. Let me go ahead and delete the line here. It's kind of distracting. There we go. But again, a company we called out on Sunday night. We've been watching this for a few days. Or a few weeks now. We actually traded it down at these $9 levels up to those $13 levels. Traded it a few days here when it had these horizontal patterns, and then when it had this sell-off, we waited for it to touch that 200-day moving average, and we bought a little bit more. So buying at 10, selling at 11, resulted in $100. Buying at 10.45, selling at 12.65 was literally $2 per share right there. And then now on this last Sunday night stock talk, we've seen it kind of consolidating and pushing up a little bit, but we've seen it and called it around that $11 mark, and it's now at $15, $14.50 after hours, still resulting in a nice $4 per share in a week. So $100 or 100 shares on $10, say $1,000, you sell it $15, that's $1,500. You made your $500 goal in 1 week. And, or whatever your goal is, $50, $100, whatever it is that your goal is, in not that much time at all, in 7 days or less, that's $4 per share. On 100 shares, that's $400. That's almost $100 a day. And you can do this consistently by just having these 10 stocks. These are the 10 stocks that I look at every day: LUNR, TSLA, MARA, TQQQ, XPEV, and those are all overbought. And then, of course, our oversold would be SQQQ, BMEA, JNUG, LUCY, DJT, KO, OCGN, and then our active trendings are, of course, I don't think I said Intel, and of course, we already talked about DJT. Now, those are the only companies I really need to worry about. There's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of stocks out there, ticker symbols, cryptos, and all these things that you can get lost and confused trading. But for you specifically, find companies that stand out to you, that you enjoy looking at or trading, or maybe something you use every day. Do you use Colgate? Do you use Listerine? Do you use a specific shoe brand like Nike, or a specific clothing or cologne? Whatever it is, you do your own research on some stocks that you like, add them to your watch list, and then just watch them day after day, week after week. Just watch them. Put them in where you think they're oversold. Put them in where you think they're overbought. And I guarantee you, after some time, you'll start identifying setups that you cannot pass up. Like, man, I need to find some money to invest in this, or I got to move some stuff around to put money into this, or whatever the case is. You'll start seeing these as opportunities to make money, and not just a bunch of random numbers and random charts and screens. You'll be like, all right, 31 to 35, check, $4 in profit, 50-cent risk, 31.50. Boom, the market sells off tomorrow. I have a game plan to make $100 to $200, or my daily goal, if the market sells off. I'm not going to wait for the market to recover. It could take months or even years sometimes for the market to recover if it gets into a state of selling off. So why not take the opportunity and find companies and strategies around what the market is doing? We want to trade with the market. We don't want to trade against it. We want to use it to our advantage. So I hope that is informational, educational for you guys today. If there's any stocks you want me to look over, I can. Fun Things Family said PYXS has a huge Ivy. What do you think for options? Let's see. Let's see if I can even pull it up. PYXS. Oh, okay. Pixies Oncology. I do believe I've looked at this maybe before. Yeah, I think I might have looked at it back here when it was in this rejection period. All right, let's draw up the lines. This is what we do all the time. We identify first where the key levels are, support and resistance, and then we'll go into patterns. Are we identifying any patterns within this channel? Yeah, looks like it was somewhat of a horizontal pattern. If we zoom out a little bit more, it looks like it was in a, what do we say on this channel here? 3 stages of reversal. So it was in a rejection period from that $6.85 mark. It looks like it's in a consolidation period, or it had that consolidation period bouncing off of that 279 support, and now trying to make higher highs and higher lows. And now, since first time in probably what, 2 months, that it's actually pushed above the 200-day moving average. And guys, this is great. Anytime that there's a stock that goes above that 200-day moving average, people get excited, people get interested, and they want to load up. Look how much consolidation played out at the 200-day moving average and then exploded to $7. Then sold off, got below that moving average. No one wanted to touch it. Got to $1.35, and the people that loaded up on $1.35 are the ones that made the most money. But if you're more conservative, you're a little safer, I would have waited for confirmation for that push above the what? Moving average. At that point was about $2.50, pushed all the way up to $6.85. And why did it do that? Because it touched it in that area before. So great call out, Fun Things Family, from this is a perfect example of the 3 stages of reversal. You must be either a subscriber who's been watching a while, or a new member who just happens to literally be talking about the exact same stuff we're talking about, or has been able to identify those levels, right? Here we go. 3 stages of reversal. This is what we talk about all the time. Rejection, consolidation, confirmation, right? We don't invest in companies that are selling off. There's no point. You want to watch your money go down? We only invest in companies that have a trend line pushing upward. Okay, that's what we want to see. And we do it by understanding moving averages and understanding support and resistance. This is my whole game plan. This is my whole strategy. And I guess I need to talk about it more, but support and resistance and moving averages are the literal only things I use when it comes to trading. Now, yes, I got, level 2 order book, market data. I got the MACD, the RSI, I got my EMAs, I got my VWAP, all these technical indicators that are available. I got the time and sells and the volume analysis, all the tools we need to be successful. And this is how. This is why we show up every day for setups like this. So I get excited. Great setup. This is exactly what we talk about. So there was one more picture here. Dang it, where did it go? I don't know where it is. It was a brand new one, and it went into a great detail of where we want to start loading up. So this would be an opportunity where we would definitely want to start loading up on this reversal setup. Again, from 685 down now to $2 or $3, pushing up above that 200-day moving average, finding some resistance at 450. So we're gonna have to get above 450 on PYXS before this can actually push up to that 685. But even from 450 to 685, or even 650, say you sell just a little early, $2 per share, or 44% profit. And what's great about this is it's a very cheap company. You could buy 100 shares for $400. So PYXS is going to go on our watch list. You know, sometimes we add companies, sometimes we take companies away, but today we are adding one to the list as far as oversold and actively trending up. It actually looks like it has a nice active trend line up. Let's see if it can hold and maintain. Now this can see a slight pullback in the morning, maybe back to this EMA line, $4, maybe even $3.60 before it has that nice push back up. Could also just break out tomorrow very nicely. First thing in the morning, break out to $5.50, $6. So with 400 bucks, buy 100 shares, sell it 650, make 200 bucks if it does end up going up. So very excited to see how this plays out tomorrow, PYXS. And yeah, it's on our oversold watch list. Any other companies you guys want me to check out or review, you can let me know now. Man, I really wish I could have found that picture. This one says office. Let's go. I'm going to move this over here just because I want to try to find that picture real quick. Could have swore. Wow. Nope, it's not on there anymore. Okay, that's weird. It was specifically for us in our reversal setup patterns. Oh, you know what? Having a moment here. Okay, I know where it is. It's right here. Okay, so then this would be, let me pull this up. Let me pull the daily up again. Okay, so then, there we go. Wow, why is this so big? Jeez. There we go. That's what we want to see. So then right here, this is where we would start to load up, right? This is the 3 stages of reversal. So 0 or 10% or less of your position to be anywhere in this rejection period. Now that it has this consolidation period, how it has that nice little dip, but above this resistance line is the line where it says consolidation. So if we were to put in another resistance line, let me move this over real quick. Say you put that resistance line, you know, right under here, right? That is a key area that you would be interested in maybe adding to your position, right? This was the rejection period. This was a consolidation period. Maybe you're adding 10 to 20 shares out of your 100 shares, however many you want to use. But for an example, we're going to use 100 shares. So buy 10 or 20% of your position size, and then it starts to push up past this consolidation period, and it gets a little choppy, but as soon as it gets past this yellow line, which is this line, right, then you put in more. You put in another 20, 20 shares, 20%, 30%, 40%. Now you're adding, it's a lot lower risk. That was the point, right? High risk, medium risk, low risk. So a lot less risk when it's going in your favor. And when it goes in your favor, then that's when you could begin to, okay, I'm going to add at $4. I'm going to add at $4.50. I'm going to add at $5. I'm going to add another 20 or 30 shares at, $5.50. I'm going to add more shares at $6. And maybe with 5 total 20 shares, 5 trades, right? 5 buy-ins, you have 100 shares with a nice average of it going up, and you sell all 100 shares at that next key level, which would be, say at the red mark or say at this little area here. So you started, way down here, and you started loading up very nicely, and that's how you can take advantage. Now, if it doesn't go to your advantage and it starts selling off, then you don't have 100 shares down, you don't have 100 shares and that's it. There's nothing you could do. It's just like, okay, I just lost 10% of 100 shares compared to maybe losing 10% of 10 shares. Wouldn't be as much. So hope that helps. Great call out by one of our members. Hopefully you will all become a subscriber. And yeah, if you guys have any other stocks you want me to take a look at, any questions, anything I can do better, let me know now. Let's see, sneak peek here. We got some merch coming soon. I do want to try to get some stuff back to you guys. So yeah, we got some exciting stuff. I'm creating this shop IFB. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. IFB being the investing for beginners. And we have this husband dad trading legend shirt, It's going to be on a discount. Obviously, we're going to try to save you money. Um, you know, I'll be making less than $1 or $2 per shirt each sale. But again, it's not about making profits. It's just about getting our brand out there and more awareness and providing something for our community members as well. So maybe later on I could do some free t-shirt giveaways or some stuff like that. So a lot more to come. Definitely subscribe to the channel so you can get more updates and information on this stuff. Also got that buy sell one. I think that's so cool because this is what I talk about all the time. I talk about buying and selling. Let me go ahead. That's on the back burner, guys. That might not be available for at least a month or so. I want to make sure it's perfect before I actually like put it out there and actually make it live. Um, that's just kind of how I am. But let me see if I could show you the t-shirt. It's nice. It's a great quality too. I've been looking for a good quality t-shirt, cheap. You know, I don't want anyone having to pay 30, 40, $50 for a t-shirt. I want it to be comfortable, soft, and cheap. So I'm like 24 bucks. You know, if I can get it lower, maybe $15 eventually. If I can, just tweak a few business models around. But yeah, I love this shirt, guys. I want to show it to you. Here we go. Buy and sell. I already have 25 available in each color. So you do have that gray, we do have that brownish color, the kind of purplish blue or navy blue, and then a black. I think the black and the blue ones are going to sell a lot. So I do have a variation of those colors, and then I have two colors for the husband, dad, and then trading legend for some of you guys out there that know. Obviously, I'm a family man, family of four. Married over 15 years now, and so husband and dad come first, but trading is the whole reason why we're here, right? So that's the whole way we make money and keep bread on the table. So there's a nice blue one here for all the dads out there, and there's a black one as well. I can get more colors maybe if you guys are interested. So yeah, man, excited about the future, excited about offering you guys more content. We're getting into more vlog style content as well. So a lot more to come. This is a very new channel. We have over 6,000 subscribers, and we're on our way to clearing 10,000 by at least summer of next year, and eventually 100,000. So appreciate you guys' time. I guess if there's no questions, I'll go ahead and let you go. Enjoy your family time. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you all right here at market open. So whatever time your market opens in your area, you can guarantee we'll be live right here, 100% free. And you guys can, ask me questions, participate, follow along, whatever you guys want to do, but definitely show up. Don't be late. Just kidding. I'm late sometimes too, so we'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Thank you. Like always, it's in the air on a green note. Later. Mm-mm-mm.